All right. We're live. I am dead tired. Goodness sakes. Oh, I should probably update the Discord. Okay, got my links. Got those posted. Publish. Perfect. Okay. My goodness, I'm tired. I'm still waking up, so I'm very out of it. Which is crazy to then just instantly start working on my project here. But we got a new setup. I've got an actual desk now that doesn't wobble. That's nice. What else do I have? I have a new project that I've been working on. Because I had to take the week off. I had to travel to Helsinki. So, now I'm back. And I've been working on a simple... why is GeForce popping up? Been working on a simple... base building plugin. So let's do, it's similar to the one that we have in my survival game, but I'm trying to make it a plugin so it's actually usable for other people. And we've made some good progress. We already have, walls, ceilings. We even have triangle components already added in. So we can do like a little airlock. And we have made it a lot better than the current version that's in my game, my survival game, because in that it's not very scalable. This is a lot more scalable. There's still going to be some things that we need to figure out for it. To make it even better, because now I have to think about the user, kind of the user experience side of things. So it can't just be, oh, I know how to do things in it, so it's fine. I need other people to be able to figure out how to use the plugin. But yeah, that's the simple plugin so far. We can deconstruct. One thing that was really hard was figuring out, so if I go to my base builder script, actually let's go to the player and let's look at our base builder node. Basically how it's working is you have your build resources, which are resources that can contain your building scene, like your component scene, and then just a name for them. And you can add them here. And the resource itself, pull this out, has a title, which I don't really know if we even need. Has a type, so ceiling. That's important. Hey, TYM, what's up, man? How you doing, man? Good to see you again. In the flesh, and also extremely tired. I need to down my coffee fast and get another cup in me. I'm building a little plugin for Godot to have the same kind of base building system that I have in my main game. So we've got, standard Rust style base building. But I'm trying to make it so other people can use it too, not just me. Today I could work on the previews, actually. The preview system. That would be good. Same here. Are you, let's see, because our time zones are all messed up now. It's really late there or really early there? 4:20 a.m. There we go. Okay. That's what I was thinking. Do you work weird shifts, like night shift or something, or swing shift? It was something like... I'm trying to remember. Quit your job last week. Okay. Did do a third. Oh, a third shift. Okay. Quit your job so you could do something else? Do you have something else lined up? But yeah, like the main thing is I want this as easy to customize as possible for people so they can add their own components, build components easily, and they can just add them here. The other thing is you have foundation components, which these are ones where you can place these components somewhere without having to connect them to a building. So they're like the foundations, of course. Looking for an electrical apprenticeship. Ooh, that would be nice. That would be nice. I know a few people who are in electrical. Seems like a good gig. I was trying to fix my sleep schedule, and then the hunt community did 2 events on the same day. Well, that'll do it. I've been trying to fix my sleep schedule, and then I just keep staying up late for no reason. Made it to 5th place. Dang. Are these like official Hunt Showdown things, or like streamer community things? Here, one second. I'm gonna refill my coffee here. No official hunt tourneys. It's all run by big hunt streamers. Okay. What kind of events? Is it just like solos, solos standard bounty hunt? All trios. Okay. Can you do solos or like those on custom servers or something? Hunt won't allow custom servers because the player count is too low. Ah, okay. Oh, true. Hey! Sninko Games, what is up? And then you said you would DM you the kits we could use. Dude, Sninko, it is good to see you, brother. And Goose, thank you for the for showing up as well. What's up, my man? I'm building a plugin for Godot. So in my main game, I have a base building system that is kind of like Rust, the game Rust. Here, let me snooze this ad real quick. Also, can this GeForce thing stop popping up? But we've got, you know, kind of just a simple system for building. This is just very, very basic right now. It looks a lot better when you have real assets and, you know, tools in your hands and animations and stuff. But I'm trying to make a plugin for Godot so then other people can use this and build their own bases or have their own base building system and easily customize it to add their own like building components. So that's what I've been working on this week. I'll show you the actual base building system that I had in my main game. Juicy, yeah. Hopefully, I want it to be really good. Like something that you could use not just for building bases, but also like maybe you want to make a city builder game. It doesn't have to be build components. It could just be like anything you need to snap into alignment with anything else in specific configurations. This plugin should work for because it's all just connection points, and that's pretty much it. It's like, here's a connection point on this scene that allows you to add this type of scene to it, and it will snap it on in a specific spot. So that could be your wall, it could be your ceiling, it could be whatever, you know. But I got to make it super user-friendly so then people can try it out. But I'll show you my main game that has a much better looking version. Here, let me jump up on top of this guy. It's always hard to get on this guy. And the water should appear. There's the water. But in our main game, this is my main game right here. We got a survival game. I have base building as well. You can build it on top of your walking mountain creature. So you can kind of set up your base on top of this guy. Put another doorway here, another doorway here, I guess. Window, we'll do some ceilings. It's also a real quick toggle time. Oops, caps lock is on. Okay. Let me float real quick. But yeah. So like you can also do the triangle components. This one has square and triangle, but I want to make it so you can add all sorts of shapes of things too. Howl's Moving Castle, I've heard that a lot, yeah. Dead Slap's Wandering Hut, indeed. But kind of pull this over. It doesn't have to look like that. Like the example components in it aren't going to look like that. But just make it really easy to implement it into your own project, pretty much. At some point, I'm going to come back to working on this. But I kind of don't really know where to go with this project. I almost wonder if I should make placeable connections as well. Well, I guess people could just do that on their own. Because if you have a bunch of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you could do like 9 connection points on a floor or something. Or I guess you could do 12 because they're 4 meters by 4 meters. And you can make everything really grid-based and modular. But you could do that currently, like right now, and with the state of the plugin. Which is kind of nice. Oops. I do love seeing the base walk around with the lights. We got an ad starting in 2 minutes for those of you on Twitch. Just a heads up. TYM, the no custom servers, how do they do that then? Do they just, on those tournaments, do they just make it so you play against randoms? You just queue regular, okay. Debugger, look at this debugger. Can you even see it on stream? I'm not sure. But I've got 32,000 errors here. And it's all this quaternion stuff. Which is basically... This is because you're building on top of an animated character. You're building on top of the walking mountain. Don't know how to fix that because I have to animate the mountain. But when you build on top of it, it attaches the base to him. And then that base has to be attached to his bones. And then when the bones are moving, there's all these weird transformational issues. I have no idea how to fix it. But yeah. After 1 hour, he was like, Mosenspitzer Dolch peas only. Yeah. And you start naked, so you don't bring anything in? The thrifter kit on that list. Ah, okay. I'll check the... ×5. Oh, I see. So you can use these loadouts. Huh. That's fun. You're the boomers. Nice. That's sick. That would be fun. Oh, our ad is starting soon. Was sweaty? Yeah, I can imagine. Sneeko, how was your stream? Were you game deving again? Okay, what did I just say I was going to work on? I believe it was our resource, or I mean our preview scenes. Okay. So the preview needs to be snapped to the location when you pull up a new component that you're going to build. It should pull up the preview scene, which means that we can do we can do this is building thing. What do we put for that? Toggle build state E. Okay. Let's add a label. Okay, so we have that. Well, we can do a little tool tip down here. And then we have example components. I'm going to create a new folder called component or example previews. Create a new scene. Scene is going to be a 3D scene. It's going to be square, foundation, preview. Okay. Go to 3D. We add a CSG box. It's going to be 4 by 4. Nope, by 4. Yeah, 4 by 4 by 4. Its position is going to be -4. No, -2. We need a good material for this. I'm thinking we're going to use Dready Fire. What's up? I clicked on the live stream thinking you would use the Rust Godot bindings lib to write a plugin, but now I get that Rust the game was meant. Yes, Rust style base building. So here's the plugin in its most basic form so far. You can go around, you can build things. I do not, unfortunately, know the language Rust. I'm a GD script main. And that's pretty much all I know besides like JavaScript, but I hate JavaScript, so. It's my bedtime. Good luck on the game. Thank you, Tim. It was good to see you again, brother. Hopefully I can catch one of your streams here. The time zone difference does make it now more difficult, but it's good. Thanks for stopping by, saying hi. It's good to see you again, brother. But yeah, so we have base building. Let's see, doorway, blip. And I'm just trying to make it as customizable as possible so you can add all of your own components. These are the base ones that come with the plugin, but you can remove them, delete them, whatever. And you can switch out the actual like material, the wall, you can make it as look however you want. You could do whatever you want. The whole system is literally just comes down to these like little connection points here. So like this connection point only accepts foundations. So I can build a foundation there. But there's a couple other connection points around it, and they only accept triangle foundations. So I can build triangle foundations. So the whole system is basically just built around, you just set up where your connection points are, and then you can add your own components. So you could add a 10 different connection points to this thing and have little tiny components that you add, whatever, That's kind of the thing. I tried the Rust bindings, but back then it was just getting in the way of Godot for me, so it ended up costing me more time instead of helping, although I'm a Rust programmer and very much prefer Rust. Okay. So was at an earlier point? Has it come a long way since then? And I guess, what does that even mean? Because I'm not even really sure what Rust bindings means. Like, is that just allow you to write Rust instead of GD script? Or instead of C#? Or does it mean that you can use like a mix or... this preview thing, one thing I can do is I can go to my brother Jamin's GitHub and go grab his shader that he has, which I really like for the previews. Let me find it real quick. He has a nice little shader that I'm using in my main game. Where is it? It's... repositories. Let me find... language GD script. No. Yes. Ghost collision shapes. This is his plugin for doing like ghost collision shapes. But I just really like the shader, which is right here, Ghost Swirl Shader. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this, steal that from him real quick. He is my brother, so it's fine. And this is all open anyway, so it doesn't matter. Do we have a... Oh, yeah. In here, I can do a new... Wait. No, let's do it right here. New shader material. Oops. Shader. New shader. This is going to be preview shader. Create. I'm going to go right here. Boom. Okay. Now we've got our little shader there. Sweet. I just like it. It works well. Okay, we have a foundation preview. Let's go to our player. Let's add in our base builder. We're going to move this preview scene. We need to go to our foundation resource. And put our preview scene there. Okay. You can write, or you write components in Rust, and then you can use them like any other GDScript entity and vice versa. Oh, okay. Huh. Okay. That's kind of nice. Okay, so in our base builder script, we're going to do function set set preview, I guess, or set build preview. And we have build resources.get component. We don't even really need place new construction. Well, it's kind of nice to be able to pass component in there, because then you don't have to do just the current one, and then you could technically call this function and build like many components all at once. Maybe someone would want to do that. Well, I guess this is structure, but this one here. Let's do build if build resources dot get current build component dot preview scene is not equal null. We're going to do this maybe we need a current preview. So we have current build component. We have add export. Maybe something like this. Current preview scene equals. Let's do this. Var prev equals okay. If it's not null, wait a second. Let me think about this. Genesis, what's up? Hey, mate, keep up your hard work. Just found your channel, by the way. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I'll try to show you what we got here. Right now, I'm just making a plugin for Godot. But we got some base building, you know. Kind of like the game Rust. I don't know if you've ever played that. I need to get this GeForce thing off. Because it's like slowing down my performance on my computer every time it pops up. But yeah, we got, you know, a simple plugin that we're working on to make it easier to do base building in Godot. But yeah, appreciate you stopping by, man. Okay. Let me think about this. Should this be in the base builder scene? I think so. I think the preview side of things should be there. We can add it as a child of Snap. Ooh, one thing we could do. We have components. Let's create a new script. Component preview. I think I know how to do this. Extends node 3D. Okay. Example previews this thing. Oh, whoops. We need to go component preview. Okay. So we have component preview as a class. So now in our base builder script, we can say maybe instead of a packed scene up here, we can do component preview. We can actually do this. Return here. So if preview is null, then we just return. Current preview scene equals preview.instantiate. Instantiate. Instantiate it, and then we add it as a child. Hey, Prosto. How's it going? Okay. Okay, we have this thing where we just snap that. Yeah, so all we need to do is add snap.add child current preview scene, I guess. We could do for child in snap.get children. If child is component preview, child dot queue free. So if there's already a preview, we can get rid of it. Then we can do snap child. And then we can add, we can add the child there to the snap, which is right there. That's the thing that connects to the different connections on the buildings. Somehow going. That's kind of where I'm at. Mostly running off of coffee right now. Okay. Now we need to call set build preview when we wonder if we well, for now, we'll do this. We're going to do this for now. Just call it when we hit the button. So doorway, nothing should pop up. We can still build. Foundation. Oh, there we go. Why is... Oh, we have snap.visible being set like that. We don't need this CSG box anymore. So let's go to our base builder scene. Nope. Base builder scene. Where's our base builder scene? Right there. Why are we snapping children? So then we can have a preview. Okay. Now this will give us other issues because we'll be like, oh, our snap is probably not far enough out. Okay. But now we have snappable previews. Triangle foundation. Interesting. Doorway. It's now giving us the foundation preview. Why is it not clearing? Oh. That's probably because of the way we are doing this on the component. Now, can we do a set get? How do you do that again? In Godot? You can give me some of my coffee. Maybe it is Schmud, I don't know. What is that for? Making a building game or an editor for making a game? Making a plugin for the Godot editor to help other people make games that involve building. been pretty fun to try to do this because then I have to think about making it actually work in a way that makes sense because other people have to use it and I don't just have all the knowledge in my head. Okay, set equals, we can just do set equals health, set value. Okay. So I think what I can do here is set Can I type, please? What is it? Set preview or set build preview? Let's do a pass and let's see if this works. Indent after body. So that doesn't work. Set. Equal? Is it equals or is it Actually, we don't need a value. How do you do this? Why does it not work the same way as what I was seeing there? Set and get variable in Godot. Oh, I have to do a... something like this. So this should run automatically every time I change my current build component. Broken. This is nil. Which means that up here, the first time you do it, we're going to do oh, whoops, not here. Why is that wrong? So it's nil because there isn't a current build component. But we're setting the build component here. So maybe we can't use this because I don't want you to have a default build component. Let's just do this and see what happens. Does it work? Okay. Here we don't want to do this. We want to move this up. Okay. Oh. Oh, we also need to do current preview scene. Whoops. Equals null. Component preview. Snap.getChildren. Something like that. Why is it continuing to keep this around? Is our Square Foundation preview is a component preview? Let's get our music back on so we can think. Okay, it still wants to place... Oh. Now it's just placing foundations all over the place. It doesn't matter if we pick doorway, triangle, foundation. It's just... What have we done? Have we blown something up here? Maybe it's in our setter and getter. Maybe it's because we put this default value here. Let's just not do a setter. Let's just go back to here and do our base builder dot. I guess. Let's try this and just see what happens. Okay, foundation, doorway. Okay, nice. Let me also go back over here real quick. I'm going to do the be right back screen. Oops. Yoink. I got to disable this stuff real quick. This overlay thing is killing me. Come on. Okay. Now let's test, make sure the overlay doesn't start. Okay, nice. Now we don't have the weird frame glitchiness. Okay. Ugh. Now we just need to make a million previews. Whatever. It's fine. Okay. And then we got to add them to everything. The other thing I could do real quick, we could add this CSG box or sphere back in. And put it right there, just because then if you don't have a preview, then you can do doorway and then you could still see. So if there isn't a preview that you've assigned, at least you have that. We could even do it programmatically or whatever, but for now we'll just have it there at all times. Okay. Now I'm going to duplicate this. We're going to say this is a square ceiling preview. We're going to say its height is 0.5. Whoops, 0.5. And we're going to do that. Okay, sweet. And then we duplicate this. Call this wall preview. Open this. Call it wall preview. Change this to be 4 high, 4 wide. Z is going to be 0.5 on our transform. I'm going to do 2. Okay, we have a wall preview now. Now we can do a duplicate on this, and we can do doorway preview. Call this doorway preview. We're going to make this. Let's take a look at our doorway. Let's actually just remove this CSG box. This is what I should be doing. New shader material, quick load, boom. Okay, nice. We have a doorway preview now. Door, wall, ceiling. Now we need triangle ceilings, which we can just duplicate this. We can do triangle ceiling. Whoops. Goodness. open this. Triangle ceiling preview. Okay. We go to our triangle ceiling. We'll grab all of these. We copy them. Go over here. Paste. We delete this. Okay. Grab all of these. Change our material. This is a lot better, yeah. New shader material. Quick load. Preview shader. Okay. And then triangle foundation preview. Triangle foundation preview. We open that up. Change this to foundation. We can just open up our copy, go over here. Okay, and all of our previews need to make sure they don't have collision on them. So we have foundation and ceiling already taken care of. Doorway preview. Grab all of these. Turn collision off. Okay. Square ceiling preview. That doesn't have it because we didn't copy it. Square foundation doesn't have it either. Okay, now we can go to our player, go to our base builder here. Actually, no, we need to go to our example resources. Okay, ceiling. Ceiling. Square ceiling preview. Goodness sakes, that took me forever. Doorway preview. Foundation already has it. Triangle ceiling needs it. Triangle ceiling preview, perfect. Triangle foundation. Triangle foundation preview, perfect. Wall. Wall preview. Okay, let's see what works. Buggy, what's up? Yagich, how's it going? Sorry, it's sleep time, but I've been lurking. Sounds good. Good to see you again, Yagich. And Buggy, how's it going, man? Okay, we now have previews for, should be all of our scenes. So we can place, boom, all right, nice. You can do triangle or a ceiling here, perfect. Triangle foundation shows up. Ah, I see. Interesting. When you just go to place these, then it points it towards you. That's not actually what I want, but it's kind of fine. There's the weird glitchiness, which is kind of annoying. But that's mostly because right now you can just keep attaching. I can keep placing more and more triangle foundations here. I can just click and they'll keep going. I have to actually disable it. Doorway. Does doorway look good? Doorway preview. Oh, all of these ones look a little funny because they... Oh, you can't even really see the full preview. That's kind of too bad. think some of that is just the snap, though. Boom. We got our walls. Boom. Ceiling. Boom. Okay. Deconstruct. That takes away the preview. Okay. It's going good. You are deep in focus, yes. I'm missing all the chats because I'm focusing. All right. So we have previews added. That's good. Something I want to do, this snap right here. If we move the snap like that, did that do anything? What is this spring arm even doing? Is it doing nothing? Okay, adjusting the snap doesn't seem to do anything. Why is that? Oh, because it snaps it back to base builder.global position. So I just have to move the... Okay. I just have to go to the player, grab the base builder. Maybe we do something like that. That'll move it a little bit forward at least. There's a better way to do this, but what is breaking? Nothing? Oh, okay. Okay. Still can't see the whole doorway preview, which is annoying. Well, once you snap onto a spot, you can. Okay. And, well, actually what we can do is, here we can do, or is building equals false. We can return. Then we could just do something like if is building is false, for now, we can just do base builder.hide. This is running in the physics process, which is not great because that's just toggling that to hidden every time. Is building is true, and then E toggles that. So E, okay. Oh. This is not good, but it doesn't matter. Oh. Come on. Nice. Now we don't need the collision shapes. Oh, I don't like that. Fill up on some more coffee. 1 second. Now, my hope for all of this is that it's not just for Rust style base building, but that it is also the system that I have here is hopefully useful enough where you could do things like not even an FPS like this. You could do maybe an RTS or something like that, like a city builder, and use this component system. Because really all it is just like a way to specify where certain components should snap when you build them. And so at some point you could be like, okay, you know, maybe you're making an RTS where you can, like a top-down sort of city builder game or something, and you can click on certain spots to place certain buildings or upgrades to buildings. And that's, you know, the whole of it. Maybe... Yeah, because really all this is like a way to snap things to a grid of your own specifications. But it's fully customizable. It doesn't have to be this 4x4 grid. Because if you look at... Let's open up like my foundation component. Square foundation. This is the basic foundation that comes with the plugin. There's also a triangle version. But if we look here, there's a couple options. We have is rotatable, degrees of rotation, and then we have component type. Now, the is rotatable doesn't come into play yet. There's no rotation yet that I've added in, although it would not be hard. Like, you can add that in your own code right now because the parameters are there already. But if you have, like, in my other game, I have L-shaped stairways, and I want you to be able to rotate those so then you can align them. And you can do that, so then you can build your base a little more custom. But I'll explain real quick how this is going to work using just the example components. So we have our foundation component here. All it is a scene that has a few, it extends from foundation component, which extends from another component. I don't even need all of this. I think I could just probably have the simple base build component class. Anyway, it inherits these things from it. The main thing that matters is component type. Is component type not? Well, let's pull up. We need a comment on that. Why does that not show up? Oh, now it does. Okay. Weird. This defines the component type this is. Oh, that sounds weird. Defines the component type. Okay. So connections know whether to activate, i.e. connections that accept walls should accept this if the type is specified as wall. But yeah, so it has, the component type is a big part of that. So when you create a component, it can just be a node 3D, but it should inherit from at least base build component. So then you can give it a component type. That way, all of these little connections here that you add into your components know what to accept. So here we have all these connections. This is a foundation component, or a foundation connection. So I should probably name these. This is wall connection. But I'll show you how these work. So, foundation connections only accept other foundations. So, like this square, this is a square foundation. This connection right here will accept other square foundations, and it's placed in the right spot to where they line up. So when you place another one, it will pop right there, and you'll have another square foundation. We also have these wall connections. These are right on the edge, right where a wall should go. Connection there, wall right there. I could place this wherever I wanted. I could move this wall connection way out there if I wanted a wall to randomly appear out there, but I don't. I want them to align with the edges, so I placed it there. I've also rotated them. So if I go into the local view here, they are rotated so then they point specific directions, so then the wall knows what alignment it should have, basically. Because I don't want a wall running this way. I want it running along the edge. We have a try back, try front, try right, try left, and those are for the triangle foundations. And that's placed at a very specific point, so then a triangle of side length 4 lines up with a square of length 4. Now, these connections, you have to specify what they accept. So, this foundation connection, I only want square foundations to go there. And so in this accepts array, we have foundation. I can add an element and say, okay, I want this connection to also accept ceilings. And now, whenever I switch to the ceiling build component, I could place that right there. But I don't actually want that because you're not going to be putting a ceiling on ground level. And that's basically all it does is you can, like these triangle ones, they only accept triangle foundations. These wall ones, they only accept wall components. And then that corresponds to this. So our actual square foundation component has the component type foundation. And that's how this all talks to each other and says, okay, which component is being used right now? Which connections should be active? So like right here, only the foundation one is active. There's a bunch other connections all around, but only the foundation one is active. Now I turn on the doorway, now only the wall connection is active. Because a doorway is basically just a wall. I could change it to be like, because here's the other thing. We have the what the thing is, and then we have what it. We have the type, which there's only 6 base types right now. I'm gonna add another one at some point. But we have foundation, wall, which a wall is just anything that needs to align with the edge of like a foundation or ceiling. We have ceilings, which are the square, ceilings. We have triangle ceilings as well. So these are the types. And then we have deconstruct, which deconstruct is just there so then you can destroy what you built. So if I go to deconstruct here, blip, I can destroy that. Foundation, I can build it. But yeah, like a doorway and a wall, I don't want you to have to add a new component type every single time you add something that is supposed to go where a wall normally goes. Like a doorway is always going to go where a wall normally could go. So the doorway just has type wall. You can add your own custom types. In Base Builder here, we have the component type registry, which is where I've set these. So foundation, wall, ceiling, triangle foundation, triangle ceiling, deconstruct. I could add another one here if I wanted and call it, center, just center. I could call it center and then give it a default value of something, like 6. And then that would show up on that list. Then I could add connections to all of these components. Like I could go here and go to the middle. There's actually already one in the middle right here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's the deconstruct component, which is how you destroy this. But I could add another component here right in the center that is not a deconstruct, but it's a center, accepts center pieces. And that's where I could do something like my stairway or something. You could add 15 different components to this, connections to this, all for different little spots. Like maybe you want to be able to place a lamp anywhere on this, but align it to a grid. So then it snaps to a grid. Then you could put like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You could put 12 different connections here. And then that would be like, okay, this accepts placeables or something. And then one of your build components could be a lamp. Could be something like that. That's the idea. Now, you do end up with a ton of these connections, but most of them aren't monitoring at any point. Like they're not checking their position. They're not checking if things are entering or exiting them. They're just inactive. And they only activate when you choose a building component. So it's like the only ones that activate, if I choose to build the foundation, all the connections that accept foundations will activate. I don't know how well this works on like huge structures. If it starts to slow down, that kind of thing. But I don't know how performant it is. But it definitely works for what I've been able to do with it. Okay. Added previews to the base or to the example components. I'm going to push that up. Okay, so we made some progress. Okay, and our ad break should be over. Now, this still isn't like a real plugin because there's no, you don't like activate it or anything. So I should probably add that. How did I do that in my DS inventory? We have plugin.cfg. Oh, we have this here. Okay, so we could do, whoops. Quit to project list again. Don't save. DS base builder. Create a new script. DSBB global. See if anything breaks. Okay, I think it should just work. Now if I take that off and then I reload current project, it should automatically add that auto load. Bunch of failure to load scripts. Broke. DS base builder. Enter tree. Does this need to be lowercase? Does need to be lowercase. Okay. I should probably rename that auto load because it's not great. Okay, we need to completely quit out. Open up Godot again. Maybe it'll. So something is, I don't know why tool is there. Let's close out of all of these scripts. And then reload current project. Why? Why does this not work? Add auto load singleton. Okay, we'll just go back to our globals and enable this. Not working correctly. DS base builder. I don't know. Okay, it's nice to have previews though. Things that we will need to work on next is, this is going to be the hard part, which is when you build a foundation, this connection should disappear because it already has something in it. But the problem is, if I want to make this customizable, what if you want to be able to put a foundation, two foundations in the same spot for some reason? It wouldn't be foundations probably, but it could be something like you want to put a stairwell here, but you also want to be able to put a lamp under it. We could just say accepts multiple and then just make it so it can't accept the same kind of component multiple times on the same connection. We could do something like that. Oh. Ceiling. Ceiling has issues. Let's go to our local view. That needs to point that way. This one needs to point that way. Okay, let's try this again. Doorway, ceiling, doorway. Okay, now it's fine. Okay. Why do I feel so discombobulated? Maybe it's just an FOV thing. It feels like things like aren't in line somehow. But if I walk straight up to the base of this, look up, yeah, seems straight. I don't know performance-wise how this is. But one thing we could do is in our player script, we could say toggle build state and then dsbb global dot update connections dot emit. Then in our base builder script, or no, in our connection script, yeah. So if you're, I think this will work. If you are not building, then nothing is. Why does this feel so non-performant? Wait. Those should be not monitoring anymore. But then when I go back to here, they are monitoring again. It's Okay, that's if you have nothing. Let's do like 40,000, 400,000. Doorway, blip, and then I press E, and then I come back. Okay, it still has the current component and everything. It's just not. We do if base is not equal null, then base builder, then do ds even global dot update connections. Hey, what's up, Twisty? What's the script for? This is for the build tool that I'm making for Godot. So when you want to do base building or city building or something, I'm trying to make a tool that makes that easier. So the connection one, this is just the player script, the example player script, but I'm trying to get this like almost fully done maybe this week and have like a version 1 that people can at least play around with and find bugs in, and then just keep building it out over time. It does work it almost works. But there's a few features that need to be added still. It works, it's just, it wouldn't be good for a game yet. But I want to be able to figure this type of thing out outside of the player script. So base builder, so dot build resources dot get. This is annoying, but base builder dot current build component. And then we do dot type. I believe this might work. Nope, still breaks. On base object of type nil. Let's look at the stack trace again. So, whoops. Current build. So maybe we need to do okay. Yes. And then I can do doorway, blip, turn off build. And now none of these should be monitoring. Okay, good. Bro, I spent all of today setting up Linux on my PC. I'm so brain dead. Dude, I'm kind of tempted to... I don't know what it is, but recently I've been watching some stuff about people's, Linux setups. Makes me want to do that. But I also know that, I wouldn't want to do that on my PC, on this. This is a Windows machine. And it's currently working, and I don't want to break everything. So if I did it, I would just buy, a different computer and set it up. I have thought maybe of doing that with, a Mac Mini, a cheaper Mac. But I can imagine it's definitely a lot of work. But the other thing is I don't need Linux. I'm just interested in seeing what's the one that DHH made. It just looks really nice. Omarchi or whatever. It looks nice. And I'm on Windows, which is pretty terrible, but also fine. So I don't need to switch. Speaking of brain dead, I'm pretty brain dead right now too. Added some stuff to the player script. May need to move this logic into the plugin itself. Turning off connections if the build tool isn't being used. Okay, let's go to the README. Okay, we have added rotation is already there. Okay, this one needs to happen. Make it so you can't build the same component on top of itself. This is the kind of the last thing. Push that up. It really does just come back to this, to the updating the connections so then they can't have multiple of the same type of component on top of them. Which, if I look at my connection script, what do we have? We just have parent and enabled. Right now we are adding... We could do var current components array of base build component. current components. If I dot type component type. Yeah. Is equal to component set monitor false. And actually we could move this. We could return there. Here we check. Oh wait, no, we can't return there. So if accepts has component, and then we have current components. And then when we build on it, base builder. Here, let me read your comments real quick. Hyperland is a clean window manager. Yeah, that looks really, that's the thing that interests me. I like it a lot, but there's a lot to get used to before I'm productive as my last Windows setup. Yeah, there's just a big learning curve, really. Thought about just adding Linux to the same drive as my Windows, but I knew I'd never use / get good at it if I did that. Yeah, that's why I think I would have to do like a separate computer, because I don't want to make any mistakes on my current one, because this is my main PC that's got all my good hardware. I just don't want to mess that up. It would have to be on a separate computer where the only thing is Linux, then get good at using that, and then maybe I would try it on a new PC build. I don't know. I would have to just see. But okay, place component. Now we do add child component. Connection dot current components. Whoops. Append. And then we could also do something like this. Connection we're going to do one component, max components int 1. This connection can hold. Connection can only hold one component of a specific type, but potentially more of different types if needed. The current components living on this connection, or we'll just do placed. Then base builder, we're doing append. We'll do if connection it's less than max components, then we do all this stuff and we add it to current components. Hey, look at that. Oh, we got another one because we have overlapping connections. So that's our issue. So it works for a little bit, but then we have overlapping ones. So makes sense. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling right there. Is the dead sleep emote. Okay. So then we have to do something where we detect if But with this, we can potentially do something where we go like on connection hitbox entered. We could say if it's another connection hitbox of the same type, then we could say, hey, only one of these should have authority. We could basically just say, let's see here. Area entered. Dot connect. Merge connections. We could do something like this. Merge connections. Maybe we don't even need the area exited. Connection hitbox. I'll just do area 3D and then do area is connection hitbox. Area dot connection. Var C equals area dot connection. If C dot current components size is greater than 0. C dot current components or something. If what do we have? Type. Maybe we could do for I in accepts if C dot accepts dot has I. No way this guy lives in the US. It's like 4 a.m. Yep, I'm all the way in Finland. I just moved a few months ago, actually. I just can't fall asleep because I'm afraid of waking up to a PC fire. Yeah. Get nightmares about the setup. God will be pointing and laughing. You formatted your EFI partition wrong. That's what I'm worried about if I ever try to do it, is just that amount of stress. I watched the PewDiePie Linux video. I know the pain that can come. Let's see here. Let me think about this. So if it's a connection hitbox, but they're both going to be running this on each other. Let's see what happens. Something will break. Oh, right there. I can only place 2 there on accident. Oh, interesting. We'll need to do something that goes through the list, checks if, oh, I already have this. You already have this, so we'll keep that. You have this, but I don't have this, so add this to me. Which we can just do that by doing. So we can do same equals false. Return. and then if c dot current components dot has I continue c dot current components dot append I. So if it already has it, oh, do we need to just... Let me see if this is just a signal issue. Whoops. No. Access component type on... okay. If I is equal to null, or I guess I could do yeah. We're getting there. We just need to like merge the connections to have the same. C dot current components has I. This is on, or make sure components and allow for placing multiple of the same type of component, the same connection. It doesn't work yet, but I gotta bounce. I have stuff to take care of today, so I'm gonna do that. Unfinished. Yeah. I gotta bounce. Twisty, have a good one. Hey, you too, man. Thank you for being here. As well as Yagich, Prosto, TYM, Dreddy, Sninko, thank you for the raid. Goose, appreciate you. Thank you guys for being here. Also in the YouTube chat, Genesis Gamer, I appreciate you being here too. Hopefully we can get this figured out this week. But yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you all. I'll be back on tomorrow. So peace out and have a good